Public Resource is a nonprofit corporation, and our mission is to make government information more available. So we've put 14,000 hours of congressional hearings online. We put 100 years of the Court of Appeals that were not available on the internet for anybody to use without restriction. But people may not realize this. There's a large part of the federal law and the state law that isn't available, and it costs money to purchase.
How's it going, welders on YouTube? Now, this is a valuable resource to share with not only welders, but other tradesmen and DIYers themselves too. Now, when I was in school, I never took the D1.1 stick welding test because I'm primarily a TIG welder, but I did have to take a D1.1 test in a classroom setting, which required me to buy D1.1. And I think that set me back at the time $300 or $400. Now, not everyone has to buy D1.1, but some people want to see what's inside the book, because technically D1.1, as well as many other code books, those are legal documents, and we are bound by those documents whenever we work at a particular facility. You know, I've been in agriculture, I've worked jobs where I was making medical equipment, food equipment, and aerospace equipment. All of that, there's a set of rules that we have to follow. You know, it's not just some guy saying, oh, this is what I think is right. So how do we know the law unless we're able to see it? And that's the whole argument with the show me the manual deal. You know, I mean, we're supposed to abide by these rules, but it costs $500 or $600, whatever outrageous price it is to see these books. Well, this is where you can get some of them for free. Now, D1.1 used to be on this site. Actually, quite a few AWS books used to be on this site. However, like my welding instructor used to tell me jokingly, AWS are the gangsters of welding, and they could go so far as to send their lawyers out and keep information from us. But at least there is some stuff here. So this is how you navigate this page. You'll go to law.resource.org, and you'll click right here, Access Global Safety Codes. And from there, you'll click here, Text Contents. As you can already see, there's plenty of books right off the bat. There's 28,000, I'm sorry. There you got general construction and steel, motor vehicle dimensions, building codes for India, and I think I even saw a bunch of California code books in here, but definitely there's a lot to search through. So in terms of welding, we'll just type in weld. And boom, that's where D1.1 was. And trust me when I say this, this was available a few years ago, but thanks AWS, you're really helping us welders out. But there's plenty of other options for you to look at, and this is just to increase your knowledge as a welder. These may not be super useful for you in terms of taking a test, but if you're a DIYer or you want to know a building code so you can, you know, I guess make sure that a contractor is doing the right thing, then this is a good resource for you. And there's also aerospace welding as well. There's a few bits and pieces of knowledge in there. Now, it may come from the Bureau of Indian Standards, but I mean, a lot of that is taken from AWS. So it's definitely good to take a peek at it. You know, I've even seen books for Chinese standards and books of European standards that are really, really similar to what we have here in America. You could definitely learn from all of it. But yeah, unfortunately, we still have to pay for a lot of these manuals, but this is one resource where we can get some information without having to shell out our entire paychecks for it. Please, please, please share this, not to promote my YouTube channel, but to promote the information on their website. And I'll leave a link below to the full video so they can explain in depth how the whole show me the manual thing works. Peace.
When our government was formed, when our founding fathers came up with our Constitution, there was a big argument about the level of democracy that we would have. There was the Roman Republic model, which was a top-down, aristocratic, the senators telling people what to do, and that led to big empires. There were good things about the Roman Republic. But there was also the Greek democratic model in which everybody had a voice. John Adams felt very strongly that if democracy was going to work, it would only work if the citizenry was informed. If people had knowledge and were able to educate themselves, then we would have a democracy that functioned, and we would have a government that would become great, and that would be fair, and that would be an economy that would prosper for everyone. What John Adams said, and it was a very memorable quote. He said, "Let every sluice of knowledge be set a-flowing." And that wasn't a knowledge must be free like we do in today's free culture world. It was for democracy to work, let every sluice of knowledge be set a-flowing, because that was what would make America work. I think John Adams was right. I think we need to go back to those fundamental values. The idea that the American people are smart and can make their government work and can make our economy work. But that only happens if we take away these barriers to that very fundamental information, which are the basic laws of our country.
I'm Jennifer Polka from Oakland, California. I can read the law. I want to read the law. Show me the manual.
My name is Shems Peterson. I'm a building inspector, and I believe everybody ought to have access to public safety codes.
My name is Mick Thompson. I'm from Los Alamos, New Mexico. By making the law available, we make it better. Show me the manual.
I'm Joe Merante. I'm from New York, and I truly believe that technical standards are essential to our modern society. Show me the manual.
Hi, I'm Dale Doherty, and I believe that public safety codes are relevant to the makers, the doers, the risk takers.
My name is Rob Brackett. I'm from Chicago. I think open standards and understanding our law is critically important. Show me the manual.
My name is Roberta McIntyre, and as the fire marshal, I believe everyone should have access to the codes and regulations.
My name is Zack Williams. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I think it's important that people should be able to read the manuals. Show me the manual.
Laws are the source code of our democracy, so show me the manual.
My name is Efren Carrillo, and I believe all our citizens should have access to public safety codes and have the right to bear knowledge.